They definitely underestimated me. They did not believe I could win. I got my master's from Harvard in political science. A wonderful guy came along, and Fred Schlafly, and we were married in 1949. I've spent 25 years as a full-time homemaker, but full-time homemakers have got time for hobbies, and politics was my hobby. I wrote my little book, A Choice, Not an Echo, on an old standard typewriter, and sent it off to be printed as a paperback, and sold 3 million copies out of my garage. Everybody who was anybody was for the Equal Rights Amendment. All the prominent politicians, all the way from Ted Kennedy to George Wallace. 3 presidents, Nixon and Ford and Carter. I started the Phyllis Schlafly report, and I wrote one issue called, What's Wrong with Equal Rights for Women? And pretty soon I began to get telephone calls from friends around the country saying, Phyllis, I took your newsletter to our legislature and they defeated ERA. And then I realized we had something.
The Equal Rights Amendment will take away the right of a wife to be supported by her husband in a home provided by her husband, and her right to have her husband support her minor children.
That's a fundamental difference between those who are for ERA and those who are against it. You think my daughter should serve. I think women should have the choice not to serve.
In the early years of fighting ERA, I started out with my Republican women friends, but then I realized we needed reinforcements. So I sent out appeals to the various churches. We had the Catholics, the Protestants, the Evangelicals, the Mormons, and the Orthodox Jews. I would send out my rotunda letter. Meet me in the rotunda at 12 o'clock. Then we would lobby the legislators. We would take them home-baked bread and give one to every one, whether they were for us or against us. Well, it was very exciting, and the Capitol was crowded. The national media were all there, and we didn't know if we had the votes. We had done all we could, but I tell people God brought us 2 votes from Chicago we had never had before.
In Springfield, Illinois this evening, the House of Representatives voted on the Equal Rights Amendment and fell 5 votes short of the necessary 2/3 majority required for passage.
Well, we won. I brought in all these new people who had never been to the state capitol before, who never been involved in politics. Then, of course, the next year we came along and elected Ronald Reagan. I'm very proud of my family, of my 6 children, but if you're talking about politics, teaching the conservative movement that it is possible to win. I think that was a real accomplishment, and that would be the one I'm most proud of.